Hello, I'm Stacey. I'm one of the volunteer helpers at Merrolyn Hecatic Academy for the Gifted, and I'm here today to show you how you can use makeup to physically represent nymphs, which is one of the playable species at the Academy. So I want to start with a disclosure because I am not gifted at makeup application. In fact, I'm distinctly average at applying makeup, and I was a little bit confused when the folks at Merrolyn asked me to do this video, but what they explained was that this is meant to be something really simple that anyone can do, almost an idiot's guide to physically representing this species, and I guess that makes me their chosen idiot. So here we go. There are actually two distinct types of nymph in the Merrolyn universe. The first is a water nymph, which is physically represented with scales on the skin. The second is a wood nymph, which is physically represented with bark or wood patterns on the skin. Now, before I start, I want to say that this physical representation, these skin patterns can be anywhere on the body. I'm going to put them on my face just because that's easiest for the video. But they can literally be anywhere. If you just want to do a hand or arm, if you wanted to go full body, go for it. If you don't want to do it at all, that's fine too. Or if you can't wear makeup, some people can't, that's all fine. Just speak to the crew. They will give you a in-character reason for why your character doesn't display the markings of their species. It's all absolutely fine. So I'm going to start with the water nymph. There are a few simple things that you'll need. I've got some blue face paint. This is just very basic, snazzaroo. You can buy it in Hobbycraft, you can buy it in Wilko's, you can get it on Amazon very easily, and it's not expensive either. I've got a makeup sponge, which I've preloaded, and I will tell you why I've preloaded it in a second. And then you're going to want some form of fishnet garment. This is a wig cap that came free with a wig that I bought a while ago. Or you could use an old pair of fishnet tights or stockings that you cut up. But to be honest, these wig caps, you can buy them for £1 for 3 on eBay. So they're quite easy to get hold of, and again, not very expensive, which was the brief. So I'm going to get started. Bear with me a second. So I mentioned that I'd preloaded my sponge. Now the reason I've done that is because I've noticed that this technique works better, or it doesn't work very well, if your sponge is very wet. So I just popped some makeup on my sponge, squeezed out the excess water, and have left it to dry a little, just to try and make it work better. As you can see, this is a very flattering look. I promise I'm not going to go rob any banks later. So again, just got my preloaded sponge, and I'm just going to really gently dab this on. Now you don't want to do it too heavily, because what you want to do is for the makeup to just go in between the lines of the fishnet and not through the lines of the fishnet. So, and that's one of the reasons why I waited for my sponge to dry a little. And that's why we're dabbing instead of rubbing. Okay. So I'll let that dry for a few seconds longer. Let's see what we've got. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you can see at the top where I'd pressed quite hard, it's not quite picked up the pattern, but then all around the sides where it was a bit lighter, it has. And that is a really quick and simple way to phys rep scales. So that's a water nymph look, and if you wanted to, you could go in and put more details on. I might put a bit of glitter on or something, make it sparkly. But that is the water nymph. So on the other side, I'm going to do the wood nymph. Sorry if I'm blinking a lot. I've not got my glasses on, so seeing is weird. For this, I'm just going to use very simple brown eyeliner pencil. I've got two here just in case one of them snaps, but yeah. And I'll do this on this side of my face, and what I'm going to do is try and make like a wood grain pattern. So I'm going to start with a few knots. And then we just draw lines, so a bit like just on a wood effect table or cabinet or something, you've got this pattern that the lines make where they sort of follow around. That's what I'm going for here. My phone is currently dual purposing as both my recording device and my mirror. You don't have to be particularly neat. Nature is not neat. I'm going to do another little knot there. I don't know why I didn't start any of these lines on my forehead. Anyway, so let's do a little... There we go. And so that is, again, a really quick and simple. I think that just took me a minute. It's not particularly neat, but it, you know, it gives the representation that you want. And if you wanted to, you could do like your whole face. You could do different areas. Again, I've just done this because it's easiest for the camera. But that is Water Nymph with Nymph. So there you have it. There's going to be more videos and more information about playable species over the coming weeks. I hope this gets you excited. Leave some comments if you've got any other ideas, if you find some cool videos that give way better suggestions than this, or if you want to play a nymph. Yeah, let us know. Okay, see you there, guys. Bye.